Welcome to the vlog, guys. It's
Happy
weird.
Thursday.
Yes, it's kind of weird, like starting the vlog together. It's like either like one or
strange.
other. It's like one of us always. But welcome to the vlog today, guys.
We're off work several hours early.
Yeah, and we're sad. Why are we sad?
Because there's stupid white crap on the ground.
There's snow everywhere. We are headed to go do the final walkthrough on our house, and we're excited because we're like half a week away.
Like the house will officially be ours tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I mean, like, I don't know why I said
Tuesday.
Tomorrow. A week from now. Like, I mean, a week from yesterday, it'll be ours technically. But a week from now, it'll be like money, funded, recorded. It will be like legit officially ours. And we will be sleeping in our house.
We're getting excited. Anyways, we got some plans, like with the house. We're gonna go walk through it. We may or may not record any of that just because we're gonna be with like the realtor and the builders, and we're not sure how they feel about that. So we might, but maybe not. So anyways, you guys will come along with us regardless, right?
Yes, we're gonna go eat some lunch first. Go.
So we just finished our walkthrough. Great, right? Yes. We got a couple little blue things, not very many.
No.
A couple, there's actually the most out like right here. Everywhere else there's like none, as you can see. But we are excited.
So excited.
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday, 6 days.
Driving down the street in the back of this car, I'm not sure if you can see it. This sticker on the back says "Rip Harambe" with a
Not RIP, R.I.P.
Rip. Rest in peace, Harambe.
You need to hold my hand.
I need to hold your hand. Why?
It's kind of slippery.
What's slippery? It's sunny outside. Is it snowy? So Jax,
What?
did it snow outside?
Yeah.
We thought we had a sled here, but we don't. So we're just gonna let him play in the snow and just have a little bit of fun. So here we go, montage time, I'm thinking.
Show me how to stomp your feet off. Stomp, stomp, stomp. He's wiping all the snow off of his feet. Okay, can you show me how to stomp them? 1, 2, 3.
Holy cannoli. It's hard to tell. Look at how freaking beautiful it is now. Look at that. Here, show him.
Look at this. The beauty of these mountains after it's been snowing. Ah! Kelly Clarkson! Look at this. Holy sweet molasses.
We asked Jax to draw a picture of Shaileen at dinner. We came to Denny's for a little bit.
IHOP, you mean?
And that's what I meant, IHOP. And we told him, do you want to explain it, Shay?
Yeah, so he is drawing me. So this big circle is my face.
Yeah.
He drew my eyes.
Those are pretty good circles if you ask me.
This little wiggle squiggle is my nose. There's my mouth. And he's starting to draw my hair.
What's what's this?
That's my hair. Those are like my bangs, huh, Jax?
This is gonna be your first tattoo.
Is that my fringe? Yeah, I totally would too.
That'd be a pretty funny tattoo.
That'd be awesome. Good job. Oh. What does that say?
That says
High five. Boom diggity.
So I've been contemplating on whether I wanted to talk about this, and I kept telling myself no, I shouldn't talk about it on the vlog, and but I finally decided that I will. I want to preface this for sure with, I'm not saying this to try to pat ourselves on the back at all, and that's the reason why I kind of was thinking not to talk about this at all, just because I do not want it to come across like that whatsoever. But while we were at dinner tonight, we went to IHOP. We sat down, and it's kind of funny as well because we were planning on going to Denny's, and all of a sudden we were driving past an IHOP, and we just decided, like, oh, out of nowhere, just like out of the blue, let's go there instead, right? And we were sitting there eating, just having a good time, talking, and if you want to jump in at any time, and if I'm not telling the story great or whatever, just keep going. But all of a sudden this older man comes and sits down at the table just right next to us. This older gentleman that was 81 years old, all alone and stuff, and you could tell, like, he was, pretty content, just kind of sitting there eating his food.
He kept, like, looking over at Jax and just smiling at him.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yep. You could tell he was, like, looking at Jax, and then all of a sudden, every once in a while, he'd kind of just, like, put his head down like this and just kind of...
Oh, really? I didn't see that at all.
Just kind of hold his head, and then he'd sit up and start drinking his coffee again and whatever.
Yeah, and so... That's funny because I didn't see that at all. I just had, we were sitting there eating, and it was coming towards the end of our meal, and we were about done eating and stuff, and the last like 10 or so minutes I had this strong, very strong feeling that I should help and pay for his meal. And I kept telling myself no. And one of the main reasons why I didn't think I should, not that I didn't think I should, is I didn't want to come across as a jerk to this guy, just in case he's not in like the situation where he needs the help, or not in the situation where, what's a good way to put it, maybe? Like
you don't want to make them feel like a charity case.
Yeah, I didn't want to make them feel like a charity case. That's a really good way to put it. And so I was talking myself out of it a bunch, and our waiter comes up.
And we didn't know, he didn't know, and I didn't know that both of us were thinking about it, because I was thinking about it because he kept making contact with Jax and kept like looking and smiling at him. So in the back of my head, I'm like, he is like the cutest man. He's by himself. Let's pay for his dinner. And then Kurt.
Then the waiter comes, and he hands us our check and starts walking away, and I'm like, hey, come here real quick. And so I'm like, hey, do me a favor, and I want to pay for his meal. I just said it kind of quietly. And he's like, oh, his meal? And I'm like, yeah, I want to pay for his meal. And he's like, oh, okay, and he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And while he's out getting our checks and stuff, the other waitress goes up to this old man, and she's like, is there anything else I can do for you? And all of a sudden he just breaks down, like in sobbing. Is that the way he'd say it? And he goes, how did he say it? I think he just said, my wife's dying.
He started by saying, I just have a really bad headache.
Oh, he said a headache.
And she says, well, why? What's going on? I'm sorry to hear that. And he's like, yeah, yeah, he's like, I've spent the day in the hospital with my wife. She's dying.
Me and Shaileen look at each other and we like lose it.
And then he started talking more and explained that they had been married for 50 years. And she's in the hospital in a coma and won't be leaving.
And me and Shaileen kind of look at each other like we don't know what to say in this scenario. There's nothing you can say to make it better, you know?
So I just got up and went over and gave him a big hug.
Yeah, and so the waitress sat there for about a minute and she's like, you know, I'll come back in a minute and I'll talk to you, kind of a thing, you know, because she had other people that she needed to attend to. And he's like, okay, you know, and he was just fine with it, you know. But as soon as she left, you know, as soon as she left, he just broke down and just was crying. And me and Shaileen didn't want to overstep our bounds, you know, and stuff. And his waitress comes up to us, right? And she's like, you know, I know you guys just paid for his meal. Do you want me to let him know before you leave or after? We're like, we don't care. You know, we didn't do it for that reason. You can do whatever you think is best. We don't care. And right as soon as we were going to go over and just, you know, talk to him for a second, she came up and said to him...
She just said, your meal has been taken care of tonight. And he broke down again and was just like, no, by who? So she, you know, kind of motioned over to us, and he just put his hands in his face in his hands and just started sobbing and sobbing and sobbing and sobbing. It was like, it's sad. It kind of sucks.
It pulled at our heartstrings bad. And so I told Shaileen, like, you should get up and give him a hug. Because let's be honest, a hug from Shaileen's a lot better than a hug from me. And so she gets up and goes and puts her arm around him. And we sat and talked to him for, 5-10 minutes. I don't know how long you'd say, wouldn't you say? And just sat and talked to him, you know, and, what's going on, you know.
We found out that he's in the Navy. He was in the Navy.
Yeah, he was a Navy construction worker for a long time. You know, he was married to his wife for 50 years. She's had dementia for the last year, and
she's 83.
83, and the reason why I bring this up is, and the whole reason I wanted to say it is, when you have a prompting, I think you just need to do it. For a long time, I used to just say, you know, stuff like that. I'd just be like, no, I shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. I don't want to put the spotlight on me. I don't want to make other people feel awkward. Yeah. And for a little while, I got really good at it. Where as soon as any little prompting came into my mind that, you know, that you can feel that you need to do something, I would just do it. And I kind of got away from it a little bit, and tonight reminded me that, you know, our conscience knows what's best and what's needed. Yeah. And I just need to trust it. And I think we need to trust it. Yeah. And again, I'm not saying it to try to pat ourselves on the back at all, but I think...
And the other thing we were talking about is it's not only that, it's trying not to take for granted what you do have.
Yes.
And not like coming to the conclusion about anybody else's situation before you know like what's happening, or like, I don't know, how did you explain it? You explained it so good earlier. Just like, nobody knows anybody else's circumstances. So, you know, he saw something totally different than I saw. I saw this, like, he was assuming that it was like a widower, and I just saw this like cute grandpa staring at my little boy, like probably thinking in his head, like, that reminds me of my grandson, or that reminds me of my little boy, you know. And like, you can't ever judge somebody or like know what's going on in somebody's life. Like, if we wouldn't have done anything, or if we wouldn't have said anything, we would have had no idea that today was probably one of the worst days of his entire life.
Yeah, so just
remember to be nice and to love other people.
Yeah, because especially...
And tell the people that you love them.
I agree with that 100%. Just, you know, think about your actions. You know, think about your actions and consider other people with your actions, I think, as well. And listen to your conscience and...
Yeah, just...
Yeah.
Try not to be... And I'm saying this for myself. Try not to be so selfish in life and think about other people too.
So
this moment is brought to you by Kleenex. Just kidding.
Yeah, so alright, we're gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. We're gonna get Jax to bed. It's 8 o'clock again. It's past his bedtime, huh?
Again.
So
we've been horrible.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Go do some kind of service today. You know, get up from the computer, put your phone away, and just go do something to make somebody else smile. I want to try to make sure I do this kind of stuff a little bit more often. Just put a little bit more brightness in the world and make other people's days. And anyways, I love you guys, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace out, you guys. We love you.
Can you say peace out to everyone?
Peace out.
Say love you guys.
Love you.